Yo, MotoGP fans, welcome back to another episode of MotoGP 24 Road to MotoGP. We're heading for round 6, Catalonia in Spain. The second race in Spain, which will be held in Barcelona. We still have the challenge to finish in front of Ortela in the standings. We have one Grand Prix left to go. We have dry weather practice sessions and also qualifying sessions, which is very good news. We have 5 laps of the Barcelona GP. See you back at the qualifying results.
The second Moto3 qualifying session comes to a close. The results you see on the screen correspond to riders' starting order on the grid tomorrow.
So qualifier takes pole position. We take second place and our teammate starts from P3. Ortela starts from P4. Let's head out for the race.
The riders are ready for the start of the Catalan Grand Prix. The lights are on, and as soon as they go out, it's gonna get wild.
So the weather is a bit overcast. We have 10 red lights. We rev the engine up starting from P2 and we are on the way. We have a slow start while our teammate has a great start. And look at Suzuki flying. He has an excellent start as we head into turn 1. Fire is in the lead and his teammate Suzuki on second place. Ortela climbed up to P3 and we dropped down to P8, but we know we have the pace. Rueda in front of us, slowing us a bit down, so we have to overtake him very quickly like we do over here in turn 5. A bit aggressive on our teammate Holgado, but the stewards allows it. So as of now we are in P4 behind Ortela. And Suzuki just made a great move on Fire, but Fire is countering his attack. They're side by side, heading into turn number 10 and Suzuki is in front while we get a big bump from our teammate. Luckily we stayed on our bike and our teammate, so did our teammate. Now we are pursuing Ivan Ortela. We have much greater speed coming out of the final corner, and now we have the slipstream. The power kicks in and we slip by Ortela. P3 at the moment as we just started our second lap. We go a bit wide as is Suzuki. Both Husqvarna riders looking very strong here in Barcelona. And we are trying to put some pressure on them. Getting very close. Oh, yellow flag. Someone crashed. Can't see who it is. There's a bit of too much curb. But they are both riding very strong. And we are pushing. We want to try them. We want to force them into an error, but they are riding very strong, very secure. We are opening a gap to Ortola, but we are trying to get closer to Suzuki and Colin Fire. Seems like they are pulling away, especially Suzuki. Piqueras just set the fastest lap, 1:53.9. It's a strong pace, qualifying pace. Our fastest lap is a 1:54.082. And we are pushing. Including this lap, it's 3 laps remaining. So I don't have enough time left. We are side by side with Colin Fire, head into turn 9. Ooh, that's too much curb, which messes up our exit, and Fire counters our attack. But we made our first attack on Fire. It didn't work, but we shown him that we are there, we are fighting him. So he hasn't got the time to relax. He has to look backwards over his shoulder because we are coming. We're heading for the penultimate lap. So just 2 more laps to go, 2 more laps to try and overtake our fellow Dutchman. There always seems to be a yellow flag in this sector. Some riders just crashing out. Not sure why. But here we go again. Try to set up an attack on Colin Fire. We have the inside line again. We back out a bit. Don't want to mess it up again. And now we have a much better exit than we had in the previous lap. Can we outbrake him? Can we go for a launch here in turn number 10? Ooh, it's close. But Fire is riding very strong. And we are looking for some weakness from our fellow Dutchman. And we have found the gap in turn 13. And now we are in P2. The gap to Suzuki is too far away. 2 seconds. So I have to deal with a P2 for now. But firstly I have to defend like crazy because Fire and Piqueras are coming. We'll go side by side into turn 1. A 3-way battle and we come out on top. What a great move that was. And luckily, we all stayed on our bike. But it's no time for me to relax, as Piqueras and Colin Fire are still behind me, looking for a gap as we just went wide. Go wide again into turn 7. But the gap is too big for them to make a move. Defend the inside line. There comes Piqueras, but we have a much tighter line and we can accelerate away from him. Like I said, Suzuki is too far away, 2.2 seconds. He was just too fast this race. But we did an excellent job of finishing in P2. We're coming around the final corner, turn 14, New Holland. And we will cross the finish line, finishing our race in P2. Great result.
Moto3 riders do their cool-down lap. Let's take a look at the final results of the race we've just seen.
So P2 for us, Suzuki wins the race here in Barcelona, and Piqueiras finishing the podium with a P3 and the fastest lap of a 1.53.2. So we're expanding our lead in the Riders' Championship with 36 points. We are at the top with 122 points. In the Teams Championship we are also leading by 117 points. So it was a great weekend for us. And finally we have a teammate who can battle and who can score points.
The runner-up, who's getting a well-deserved round of applause from his team members. This is a really good result that will give him some optimism for the upcoming races.
The championship dream is there. There are still a lot of races to go, but like the form we have, it should be possible to win the Moto3 World Championship. Before we move on to the Moto2. Okay, so we have a new challenge, and I think it's it's Ortela again, number 48, Ivan Ortela. Now they want us to finish in front of him on Mugello. So we're heading for the Italian Grand Prix, round number 7. One of my all-time favorite tracks. One where I'm pretty fast. We have a wet weather qualifying sessions. It will be hard. See you back at the qualifying results.
The second Moto3 qualifying session comes to a close. The results you see on the screen correspond to riders' starting order on the grid tomorrow.
So I messed up my Q2 session. I thought I had a decent time, but then track evolution made the track much faster. So qualify takes pole. Our teammate starts from P2 and Ortela starts from P3. Let's head out for the race. Got a lot of work to do.
Good morning from Gavin Emmett at the Mugello circuit. We are live for one of the most impressive events of the entire championship. The atmosphere the Italian fans create on these hillsides is simply incredible. In a few moments, we'll move to the main straight to watch the start of the Moto3 race.
So 10 red lights, we have a lot of work to do. We're starting from P18. You have the engine up and we are on the way. We have another sluggish start. Getting used to it. Still haven't figured out how to start good or start better. But we are making a lot of ground as we head into turn 1. Some riders going very wide. We take the inside line and we are already up to P7. I'll have to be aggressive in the first upcoming laps because I have a lot of ground to make up to, and I have to finish in front of Ortela, who is on P3 at the moment. Right now we are right behind Greda, and now we are side by side. As we head into turn 7. These two corners we are much faster. Turn 8 and 9. Can we go for a launch here in turn 10? No. We back out a bit. We have a good exit into turn 11. But Rueda is slowing us down with a much greater pace than he has. Now we pass him like he's standing still. And we are in P5 right behind Mugello, our teammate, who's looking very slow here in the chicane. I have to make sure I don't lose a lot of time behind my teammate and the other riders, as Suzuki is known for taking the lead and just blasting off into the horizon. We just overtook Ortela in the slipstream. Now we overtake Qualifier in the slipstream, and we are right behind Suzuki. And we just started our second lap. We have a lot of speed carrying into turn 1. We go for a late launch and we just made it stick. That was a great move. Now defend the inside line. And we take the lead of the Mugello Grand Prix. What a great move that was. A very late launch. Suzuki went a bit wide. They were much stronger on the brakes. And we took the lead from Suzuki. Now I have to try to increase the gap. You know we have the pace. It's a matter of managing my tires and making sure I keep a strong pace, like I did in the practice sessions where I was the fastest. We messed up our qualifying, which was in the rain. Now we have a dry weather race, and you can see we have so much pace. Gap is 0.7 of a second, almost 0.7. And a lot is going on behind me. Qualifier has a lot of track limit warnings, so if he doesn't watch out, he has to do a long lap penalty, which would be a pity. As of now, he's in P2, P3. His teammate just overtook him. But yeah, it would be a pity if he had to do a long lap penalty because of the track limit warnings. So no problems in the remainder of the race. We are coming around the final corner in the last lap, and we will win the Mugello Grand Prix. Qualifier had a long lap penalty, dropped down to P7, and we win the Italian Grand Prix here in Mugello.
In a moment, we'll go live to the Parc Fermé for interviews with the riders who made the podium. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the final standings of this Moto3 race.
So, we win the race. Suzuki finished in P2 and Piqueras finished in P3. We cleared our objective, finishing in front of Ortela. Our teammate finished in P5, Daniel Bogado, and Qualifier finished in P7. We increased the lead to 43 points. Suzuki takes over P2 from Piqueras. And we are almost 2 wins away in the points.
Live coverage where the 3 podium finishers have just arrived. The winner is over the moon, and quite rightly indulging in a few celebrations with his team.
So it was a lot of hard work in the first couple of laps, but afterwards it was a breeze to the finish line. He always seems to be the favorite in Mugello, one of my all-time favorite tracks. And this is the reason why. Okay, so the summer break is on, or is coming, so we have to choose our path. Like expected, we will choose for the Moto2 for next season. Don't want to spend another season in the Moto3. Just want to win this season, win this Moto3 championship and head over to the Moto2. Next up will be Kazakhstan, the Sokol International Circuit. I really don't like this track. I haven't done it on the Moto3 bikes, but in the MotoGP I just messed it up in MotoGP 23. But that's for the next episode. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done so. And I will be seeing you back for the next episode in Kazakhstan and afterwards our home Grand Prix. See you later.